Hello my dear friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Dattu Patel, Assistant Professor from LJIT. Today's session we are going to start with our new unit partial derivative, and which are going to discuss about topic, limit and continuity of a function of two variables. Firstly, we discuss about the function of two variable. A function f of two variables is a rule that assign to each order pair of real numbers xy in set capital D a unique number denoted by capital F of xy. Here D indicated by the domain of the function and its range is set of values inside the curly bracket f of xy where xy belongs to capital D. We can write general form z equal to f of xy. Here x and y, that is two independent variables, and z indicated by the dependent variable. That means f is a function of the form of r cross r to r, or we can write r square to r. Let's see the one example. Sketch the curve f of xy equal to x square plus y square. In this graphical representation, the shape which is indicated by the paraboloid, here f of xy equal to z, then it becomes z equal to x square plus y square. Now substituting the values of different values of x and y, then we give the values of z, then according to that value we plotting the graph, then we get in third dimension this type of graph. Here this line which is indicated by the level curves means according to the z plane we cut the graphs, then top view of that particular graph, that is indicated by the circle, and front view, that is indicated by the shape of parabola. This is for the just understanding. Now let's see the next topic, which is limit of a function of two variables. Firstly, definition. If f of xy is a function of two variables x and y, then we can write limit of xy tends to ab f of xy equal to L. If and only if any chosen number epsilon greater than 0, however the small, there exists delta greater than 0, such that modulus of f of xy minus L less than epsilon for all the values of xy. That means modulus of xy minus a of ab less than delta, or we can write 0 less than square root of x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square less than delta. Let's see the next topic of the few notes for the limit. For limit at any point ab, we have infinite path which are approaches to the given point ab. According to this figure, different path which are approaches to the point AB. Here we have infinite curve like as straight line, parabola, hyperbolas, etc., which are passing through the point, and we have calculate the limit along the all the paths. If the limit exists for all the path, or we can say that value of limit which is same for the all the path, then we can say that given limit is exist for the given point AB. To define the limit at point AB, we are going to take two different paths. According to this figure, seen the path 1 and path 2. Here xy point. In this particular plane, xy point which is lies anywhere for this particular plane. Then according to the path 1, first we are approaching to the x tends to A, then y tends to B. According to the path 2, first we are approaching to the y tends to B, then x tends to A. Let's see the one more details limit. To evaluating the limit xy tends to AB f of xy at point AB not equal to 0. Here basically we have two conditions, for the point equal to 0 0 or for the point equal to not equal to 0 0. First consider for the not equal to 0, means here taking the two paths. First, limit y tends to b f of xy, then whole limit which is calculated by the limit x tends to a. That means first approaches y tends to b, then x tends to a, or we can find first x approaches x tends to a, then y tends to b, and both has same value, then limit exists for a point AB. For the AB not equal to 0, both the path has same value, then we can say that limit exists. Now let's see for the point AB equal to 0, 0. Then we need to check further whether depends upon the path y equal to mx raised to n, where n greater than 0 or not. Means here substituting the value n equal to 1, then it's become y equal to mx, means limit along the straight line. Suppose n equal to 2, then y equal to mx square, then it becomes parabola. Mx cube, then it's become hyperbola for the opposite quadrant, etc. If the limits depends on the path, then we can say that limit does not exist. This all the concept of the limit which is applicable whether limit does not exist directly. Now let's see the example based on the functions or based on the limit. Here determine the whether limit of a function f of xy equal to e raised to x square y minus 2y plus 1 exists at the point 2, 1 or not. Here first limit indicated by the L, then L equal to limit of xy tends to 2, 1, function that is e raised to x square y minus 2y plus 1. Here first limit which is indicated by the value of x, then x equal to 2 and y equal to 1. Then substituting the values of x as a 2 and y as a 1 in this function, and we get e raised to 3. Means we put directly limit and we get the limit is exists. Now let's see the one more example. Limit of xy tends to 0, 0, e raised to x into sin y upon y. Here we taking the path. Why? Because whenever we substituting the limit x as a 0 and y as a 0 in this function, then it becomes 0 by 0 form. If it is 0 by 0 form, then we have to check the directly limit as a path. Then consider the path 1, first approaching to x tends to 0, then y tends to 0, then limit of xy 0, 0 to e raised to x sin y by y, then limit y tends to 0, inside the curly bracket limit x tends to 0, e raised to x sin y by y. Here x as a 0, then e raised to 0 becomes y, e raised to 0 becomes 1, then sin y by y that is constant, then it becomes limit y tends to 0 sin y by y. So according to the standard limit, already you all are aware about the limit y tends to 0 sin y by y, that is 1, then it becomes 1. Then second path, firstly approaches to the y tends to 0, then x tends to 0, then limit x tends to 0, limit y tends to 0, e raised to x sin y by y. Here e raised to x which is constant, then e raised to x into limit y tends to 0 sin y by y. Now you all are aware about the values of limit y tends to 0 sin y by y, that is 1, then it becomes limit x tends to 0, e raised to x is equal to, now substituting the x equal x as a 0, then it becomes 1. Here both the path has a same value, and go for here function which is continuous function or a rational function, then it is y equal to mx square or y equal to mx. Each and every case limit does exist or limit has a same value 1, then we can say that limit is exists. Now let's see the one more example. Limit of xy tends to 0, 0, x minus y plus 2 root x minus 2 root y upon square root of x minus square root of y. Here substituting the x and y as a 0 directly, then it's 0 by 0 form. But according to this example, first we factorize the function, then after apply the limit. Means in numerator portion, here x minus y, then we can write square root of x minus square root of y, another bracket square root of x plus square root of y, means a square minus b square, then we can write a minus b a plus b. In third and fourth term, 2 which is common means it becomes square root 2 inside the bracket root x minus root y. Then whole term numerator portion square root of x minus y which is common and cancel out. Then remaining term becomes root x plus root y plus 2. Now applying the limit x as a 0 and y as a 0, then it becomes 2. Now let's see the one more example. Determine the whether limit of given function exists at origin or not. F of xy equal to xy upon square root of x square plus y square, where xy not equal to 0 and 0 where xy equal to 0 0. Here considering the path first. So according to the path 1, first we are approaches to the x tends to 0, then y tends to 0, then limit y tends to 0 inside the bracket limit x tends to 0 xy upon square root of x square plus y square, then substituting the x as a 0, then it becomes 0 by y, then applying the limit, then it becomes 0. That is our equation number 1. Now let's see the path 2. Then according to the path 2, first approaches to the y tends to 0, then limit x tends to 0, then it becomes again 0 by x, then it becomes 0. Then path 1 and path 2 has a same value. Then let's see, go for the path 3. In this path 3, according to the y equal to mx, or we can say that along this straight line where m belongs to r, substituting the y as a mx, then it becomes limit x comma mx tends to 0 0, x into mx upon square root of x square plus mx whole square. Here denominator portion x which is common and cancel out from the numerator and denominator portion, then it becomes mx upon square root of 1 plus m square. Then applying the limit x as a 0, then it becomes 0. That is our equation number 3. Then first, second and third path we have the same value. Then we go for the path 4. Parabola, putting the y equal to mx square where m belongs to r. The limit x comma mx square tends to 0 0. Then substituting the y as a mx square, then it becomes x inside the bracket mx square upon square root of x square plus mx square whole square. Here in denominator portion x which is common and cancel out, and remaining term becomes mx square upon square root of 1 plus m square x square. Now applying the limit x as a 0, then it becomes 0, means all the path has a same value, that is 0. Then we can say that limit does exist. Now let's see the one more example. By considering the different path of approaches, show that the function f of xy equal to x raised to 4 minus y square upon x raised to 4 plus y square has no limit. Here we consider the path 1, because whenever the applying the limit xy tends to 0 0 in function, then it is in form of 0 by 0 form. Then according to that form, we are going to discuss about the path 1, path 2 and path 3, path 4 etc. Then first path approaches to x tends to 0, then y tends to 0, then limit y tends to 0 inside the bracket limit x tends to 0, x raised to 4 minus y square upon x raised to 4 plus y square. Here substituting the x as a 0, then it's become minus y square by y square which is cancel out, then it becomes minus 1. That is our equation number 1. Now let's see the path 2. Then according to the path 2, first we have two approaches to the y tends to 0, then x tends to 0, then limit x tends to 0 inside the bracket limit y tends to 0, x raised to 4 minus y square upon x raised to 4 plus y square. Then substituting the y as a 0, then it's become x square by x square which is cancel out, then it becomes 1. That is our equation number 2. Then here limit of path 1 which is not equal to the limit of path 2, means we can say that given function does not have a same limit, means limit does not exist. Let's see the next topic of the limit of any function at point AB. A function f of xy is called the continuous at AB if three condition is satisfied, means f of AB is exist for f of xy is defined at point AB. Secondly, limit exists, for example limit xy tends to AB, f of xy equal to L, where L is any finite value. Third condition, limit of xy tends to AB, f of xy equal to f of AB. Here, see the few notes, means every polynomial function is a continuous everywhere. Polynomial functions mean we can say that x square, y, x cube, etc. Or every rational function is a continuous everywhere except where it is not defined. Now let's see the example based on continuity. Determine the set of point at which given function f of xy 3x square y upon x square plus y square, where xy not equal to 0 or 0 where xy equal to 0 0. For xy not equal to 0 0, the given function is a rational number, then obviously it is continuous. Now let's see the for xy equal to 0 0, then here function f of xy equal to 0. Now according to the path 1, first approach is x tends to 0, then y tends to 0, then limit y tends to 0, inside the bracket limit x tends to 0, 3x square y upon x square plus y square, then substituting the x as a 0, then it becomes 0. That is our equation number 1. Now let's see the path 2, that approaches to the y tends to 0, then x tends to 0, then it is also 0. That is our equation number 2. Then according to the path 3, along the straight line y equal to mx, where m belongs to R, where taking limit x as a 0, then limit x tends to 0, replace y as a mx, then it becomes 3mx square into x divided by x square plus mx whole square. Now in numerator portion x square into x, that is x cube, and denominator portion x square which is common and cancel out, then it becomes 3mx upon 1 plus x square. Applying the x as a 0, then it becomes 0. That is our path 3. That in this all the 3 paths limit is same, then we go for the path 4, that is parabola y equal to mx square, where m belongs to R, taking x tends to 0, then substituting the y as a mx square, then it becomes 3m x raised to 4 in denominator portion x square which is common, and it becomes 1 plus mx square x square, then x square which is cancel out from the numerator and denominator portion, the remaining term becomes 3m x square upon 1 plus m square x square. Now applying the x as a 0, then it becomes 0. That means limit exists at point 0 0, means if limit is exists, then given function is continuous at origin. If limit does not exist, then we can say that given function is discontinuous at origin, or we can say is not continuous at origin. In this particular example, limit is exists at origin, then we can say that given function is continuous. Here given function is rational form, then is continuous at every point. Now let's see the one more example. So that f of xy 2xy upon x square plus y square, where xy not equal to 0 or 0 where xy equal to 0 is continuous at every point except at origin. Firstly, we taking the path 1 where approach is x tends to 0, then y tends to 0, then we get this value 0. That is our equation number 1. Now according to the path 2, first we approach is to y tends to 0, then x tends to 0, then again we get the 0. In path 1 and path 2 we get same limit, then we go for the path 3, that is along this straight line y equal to mx, where m belongs to R, or taking the limit x as a x tends to 0, then it becomes limit x comma mx tends to 0 0, 2x inside the bracket mx upon x square plus mx whole square. Here from the denominator and numerator portion x square which is cancel out, common and cancel out, then it becomes limit x tends to 0, 2m upon 1 plus m square. Here that is our constant term, means variable x which is absent, then applying the limit, then we get also constant value 2m upon 1 plus m square. That means in path 3 limit which is depends on value of m, for the different values of m we get different limits, therefore limit does not exist. If limit does not exist, then we can say that given function is discontinuous at origin. Let's see, for f of xy equal to ab point other than origin, means not equal to 0, 0, be an arbitrary point in xy plane. The limit xy tends to ab, f of xy equal to limit xy tends to ab, 2xy upon x square plus y square. Substituting the value x and y as a and b, then it becomes 2ab upon a square plus b square. That is our f of ab. Then f of xy is a continuous at every point except origin. Here our answer which is constant. Then in point a and b limit is exists, but except origin our limit which is depends on value of m, then we can say that for the limit does not exist, means at origin given function is discontinuous. This is all about the topics of limit and continuity of the two variable functions. I hope you guys you learned something from this video. If you think that this video will help some of your friends, then do the share with them. If you want to watch more videos like this, then you can subscribe my YouTube channel, and whenever I upload the new video, you get the notification. If you like this video, then thumbs up. If you have any query regarding this, then feel free contact me. Thank you so much for watching me.